NCRP Productions presents Feast of Legends, the Wendy's role-playing game. Ordered number 9.
Hey everybody, it's Pedro and welcome to another episode of Feast of Legends!
Feast of Legends!
Excellent, let's go ahead and see who's playing tonight, starting with you.
Me?
You.
Hi, my name is Mike, and I will be playing Elados de l'Arctique of the Order of the Frosty.
Hey, it's Barry. I am running Cranston Tater, Order of the Baconator Fries.
Hi, it's Sequoia, and I'm running Lady Holsteena, Order of the Baconator.
Hello, my name is John. My character's name is Jules Leotard, and he is of the Order of the Fries. Gamers!
Woof, woof.
And woof
Thank
woof. Hun? No, that's okay.
Woof woof.
There we go. Thank you.
We just get some real gentle woof woofs, just so we can cut those in later. Woof, woof.
Woof woof.
Woof, 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 woof.
Woof woof. Thank you. Okay, well, let's recap our last game. So, last time, you guys ended up in a bit of a kerfuffle with the supervisors that were on this Spud's farm. Now, Elados, you were there, and you were encouraging and following along with some corrections that were being made to the workers.
Sure. Yeah, sure. I mean, that's libel, but that's fine.
And, yes, the report does remain. You're correct. So, after them realizing you were from Wendy, sent from Wendy, maybe not sent by Wendy, but you are affiliated with Wendy, they decided to attack you.
Narc.
Yes, just to, save their own hide, at which point you befriended 2 of them, and then the other 2 were swiftly famished.
I believe the other 2 wrote an incident report as well, correct?
Yes,
Yeah.
and the other 2, while they were on the sidelines, befriended, wrote an incident report. Meanwhile, up in the the main building, Jules, you were talking with Tate Spuds, and you found out, some general information about the little this little work zone here. You kind of found out some more about the world you guys now inhabit. But at the end, after taking care of the supervisors, you all joined up in the house and very swiftly and appropriately accosted Tate Spuds through verbal workings that allowed you to intimidate him to tell you some things. He also realized that, Cranston, you are you, and he believes that you should be dead. After some intimidation...
Odd way to phrase that.
Yes.
I believe you should be dead.
You should be dead. As well as, all of you. But he really, I guess...
Mostly Cranston, right?
Cranston at the moment, because I guess he didn't really know the rest of you. Anyway, you guys threatened him to, remain calm, as well as read through the old manual, as you guys found the new manual, Employee's Handbook for the Kingdom of Freshness. You told him to read the new manual, as he will be going back to the old ways. And then you made him send everybody home for the day with pay. And then you followed everybody, talking with the people, finding out that the working conditions are horrendous here, which is not what you are familiar with in the Kingdom of Freshness.
Barely afford a nug.
That's
Never
right.
Never like this on my farm. Never.
No, and the farming methods they're using are completely wrong as well.
They are not fresh.
Mm-hmm.
I think we also learned a lot about the ecology of French fry trees.
Yes, you did. You learned about the
None of it
ecology.
makes any fucking sense.
It all makes sense.
It all makes perfect sense.
Tune in
Stop
last
being so
week
critical.
to be certain.
Yeah.
Last week. I'll have to put up a TED Talk about
They
it.
become JoJo's.
They do be.
Yeah. What doesn't make sense
Right, y'all
about
had
that?
to explain to me what the fuck a JoJo was.
It's a potato wedge.
It's a very normal, average American food.
Yeah. Maybe you're not like a heartland American like me.
Yeah.
That's okay.
I'm not. I can
Maybe you're
attest
some
to
kind
that.
of Canuck.
Yeah. That's what I say. Get out of here,
Are
you
we
Canuck.
outing him already? We're not even that
say
far into
that.
the series yet.
Yeah. We'll lose all our listeners. I think that's a great show, but they got a Canadian on there.
He's not particularly nice, though, so I'm not going to believe us.
This is true, yeah. Bit of a dick.
Aw.
And after talking with people and following along with them, you head to their town, which I don't believe we actually gave a name.
I didn't think it was a town. I thought it was a camp.
Like a work.
Yeah.
It had buildings.
It had a Wendy's.
It had a Wendy's. It has a guard area.
It had
It's a
guard
work
station.
town.
Work
Yes.
town, yeah.
So
work
there
town.
there are a smattering of tents and buildings.
Yeah, they've kind of concentrated all the workers in this one area.
No, they haven't done that at all.
And as you guys went to Wendy's and saw the atrocious Wendy's service going on there, you heard some kind of kerfuffle up the street as a man was thrown into a building, causing some crashes and whatnot. And then from around the corner came a knight that looked like they were in flowing, halfway split down the middle, one side, this flowing speckled white liquid, and on the other, this thick red liquid that looks a bit vinegary. And
That didn't help, dude.
It looks vinegary.
yes, because it's a ranch and ketchup night. And you can see this plate mail armor, as well as a flowing red and white sword, because they're the Cranch Knight.
Yeah, it's the great
As the perfectly normal thing that is, as one of the crowd told you, the Cranch Knight is coming.
I don't think you needed to provide any description of the night.
No.
You said Cranch Night, and we knew.
Yeah.
Yeah, we all have the same visual.
Okay, excellent.
Yeah, dripping in both white and red liquids.
Yes, yeah.
Speckled with red and white liquids.
No. The white is speckled.
It's
The
called-
red.
I'm sorry, the
like-
red is not. The red is flowing.
Yeah, well, the white is also flowing.
What are the green dots in ranch? Are they like onion or parsley?
Parsley.
Parsley. Huh.
No, that was a lie. I don't know. I'm sorry.
Is it dill? Is it
It's
not
dill.
Is it dill?
I think
It could
it's
be dill.
Huh.
I think it's dill.
don't know.
That
There's
sounds
dill
right.
speckles. You
Dill
can smell the
speckles.
dill on the wind.
Oh, God.
Unless there's not dill and ranch, in which we don't smell that.
All
You
right.
smell the the zesty ranchy flavor wafting on the wind.
Ew.
As
Seems to me
it's
that
dill.
there should be a hidden valley around here somewhere.
Oh, nice. Nice.
Haha.
French joke. Yeah.
as the Cranch Knight walks up to the man that was thrown into the building, lifts him up by his collar/throat, and says, "Where are the four?"
I seek the four is what he said.
I was trying to say it, and then I was trying to read what Barry was saying. So,
I seek the four.
okay,
The
cool.
heretics.
He says, "I seek the four, the heretics." There we go. And then you see him.
I thought he said, like, what's up with those four heretics?
Hark.
Yonder heretics. I shall
Four of
find
them.
thee.
3 and 1. I don't know. Because in the old time they counted funny.
Oh yeah.
10 and 7.
I saw him a fork night ago.
Oh, God.
That was a good one.
I'm hitting the fucking home runs tonight.
That's funny.
Sorry for cussing.
No, that's fine. Actually, it's totally acceptable.
For the pregame, it's supposed to just be an F, right?
Yeah.
We should start saying forking though. That would be really funny.
Oh,
That
a
would
fork.
fit more.
Yeah.
So
The deep ones is sporking.
Ew. Ew.
Oh.
I mean, it just
I mean,
is. That way you can
that's
dig
when you
deeper.
mix spooning in there.
Right?
Oh. I guess. Oh, that's we're kind of romantic. You're like really holding.
If you're
each-
sporking,
That's
it's
what we're
romantic.
going with,
If you're
romantic.
forking, you're mad.
It's just like it's just like angry
All right.
forking, but
I
like
get it.
a spoon fork.
I keep making eye contact with everyone and it's making me
Yeah,
uncomfortable.
you should stop doing that.
I'm gonna just look at my hands.
I just love love.
well, the Cranch Knight is there shaking this poor man, saying, where are the heretics?
I look to see if Cranston's gonna go fight this guy.
And you'll see
If you even give me the slightest nod.
the people in the crowd say, you have to leave. The Cranch Knight is extremely powerful. Yeah, he's extremely powerful.
I love that guy.
He famished 3 of my brothers.
Why?
I don't know.
Did they do something?
Well, I mean, they
I
really
was
weren't.
so overwhelmed that I forgot my accent.
But that's fine. It's pretty heavy. I mean, if I didn't have so many brothers and sisters, it would be dramatic. But, I mean, at this point, they all injured themselves on the work site. They kept trying to work, but it didn't really work out. That's what
Enough, small creature. We will separate the ranch from the ketchup as it should be.
It says, okay. Well,
You're all expecting this, so... Vile villain, unhand that man!
So,
You are in the presence of the Four.
So you see the crowd around you.
Can we do poses? Can we do like charm rolls to see how cool we can pose?
Yeah,
Yeah, go for
please,
I believe everybody. Oh no. Yes. Everybody gets a +1 bonus to charm when they're around me.
And the two of us get advantage because we're Frosty and
Yes. That doesn't fucking help me. Actually, that's pretty good for a charm roll. I rolled a 21.
Good.
21? Okay, that's kind of good.
17.
12.
God, I just look so hot, don't I?
Yeah.
Okay, so 12?
12.
Okay, did anybody get lower than 12?
No.
Okay, so he himself got a 16, so we'll see how. So anybody that got higher 16. So as the crowd parts, which they do swiftly, as you guys say, the Four are here. The crowd parts. A few people kind of bump into you, Cranston, so you have a very good stance.
Right.
It's just there's a few people that kind of bump into you in the way, but you all stand there, now posing.
Move aside, you're messing up my silhouette.
Yeah, so, sorry, come on, guys, and there's like 6 kids, being filed across in front of you. Elados, I think you got the highest, I believe, correct?
Yes, with a 21.
Yeah, you have like a little light kind of hits through the trees around you, and you just kind of like shine.
I have a halo.
And
You
that
have a halo.
perfect breeze
Yeah.
just comes down that one area where he is.
Some little ice crystals kind of shave off you, just enough to make you sparkle in the light.
Of course.
Intimidating, if you would like, or
No,
beautiful.
just sexy.
Just sexy. Yes. And the Cranch Knight, he stops, takes the man, and just kind of tosses him to the ground. And then will turn, sweeping his sword across the ground. You'll see a line of Cranch being formed. Everywhere that he touches with the sword, you'll see the Cranch kind of melds together in this pink fluid that leaves a mark and kind of sears the ground as it goes by.
In Wendy's name, what are you doing in this town of fine workers?
And he'll take a step forward and he'll say,
He
"You
just
there?"
crossed his own line?
Huh?
He
Yes.
just crossed, okay.
He says, "You claim to be the Four."
We are. I am Cranston Tater.
And you three.
I'm Jules Leotard.
And you see that as you say that, his other hand reaches to his side and he pulls off a clipboard. And he says, "And you two."
Lady Knight Holsteena of Highland.
And I am the hot one.
He says, "Well, by process of elimination, that means you must be Elados."
Yes.
And you'll see that he stabs the Cranch sword into the ground, and out of the plume of his helm pulls a pen, and he checks 4 boxes, or at least 4 things on his thing. By the way, on the back of it, you see something that says IHR. And then he puts it back onto his little side, kind of onto a little clip. And he says, "Excellent. I've been searching this town for the past 20 minutes for you two. For you 4.
We have not been here that long. I don't understand why you looked.
Well,
I thought that what you were going to say was going to be a lot more dramatic than that.
I do not do the dramatic." And he'll pull the sword out, and you'll see a bunch of Cranch kind of splash onto a building on the side and kind of melt a little bit. And he says, "You 4 are wanted for questioning by the IHR for your involvement in the famishing of 2 supervisors." And you're going to hear, like, the crowd of people be like, except for the people that you came into town with, who are also just kind of looking around like, "Oh, shit."
Does the IHR work for Queen Wendy?
Of course. We are appointed by Queen Wendy through the council.
Well,
The Council of Labor.
Then of course we will come with you.
Will we?
That is a little hasty there.
Oh, Queen Wendy herself has given them this power.
Oh my god, you are such a fucking good looking.
I would-
And you'll
voice of
see that,
reason.
like, actually only, three. Three Inquisition, soldiers, stepped from the side.
They just
buildings.
kind of appear.
Yeah.
Are any of them the ones we've seen before?
No, none of them. They look like they honestly look pretty fresh. They don't. They're a little stumbly. Like they're not exactly the cream of the crop. But they're three Inquisition knights, soldiers, not knights. And the Cranch Knight will say that would be the most advisable.
If we begin answering to this IHR, then I'm not sure that that's a good path to go down. Personally, I'm happy to answer to Queen Wendy at any time. My allegiance lies solely with her, however.
So then, Cranston, you will be bringing us back to Queen Wendy's castle and her room where she will lead this Inquisition.
Well, actually, because the farm that you four, the incident report for, are under my jurisdiction, first you will need to come to my IHR office, which is located over there, and he'll point, and you'll see, like, a little, like, fortress off in the corner there, towering over, like, a little, like, wooded hill. It's pretty close. It's probably like a 5-minute walk. It's pretty close.
And he's been searching for 20 minutes.
Yes. And he'll say, first you must come for questioning. I shall take that report. I shall report it to the Counselor of Labor. And then that report will go to Queen Wendy herself. And then she will sign off with the next steps. Whether that means firing from the Freshtovian workforce or other forms of punishment.
We answer only to Queen Wendy, and we are not able to be fired, as you say. We were chosen to uphold the standards of Freshtovia. You have no jurisdiction over us.
You dare cast judgment on us, we cast judgment on you.
Yeah, I don't know what your whole thing is, but no thank you.
You're a mongrel.
I am trying to understand why you would handle a citizen of Freshtovia in the way that you just did.
And so he'll raise the sword towards all of you. So there's, and there's, some slops.
I move my cape out of the way.
It flings at somebody off, like, in the side, and they have, like, they start to scream, and, like, two other people clap their hands over the mouth and pull them back. You'll hear, like, a little tss.
Is it burning them? Like, what?
Is it hot cranch?
Is it hot?
Remember, it was a little vinegary,
Yes,
so it might be acidic Cranch.
I don't know how you could construct an acid out of this, too.
Anyway, he points his sword at all of you.
No, we were in character.
No, that's fine.
Yeah.
And he will say, so he'll say, I have been granted power by Wendy herself via the appropriate channels, and you, as well as everyone here in Freshtovia, has been hired as workers to work for Queen Wendy. Pledging your loyalty to Queen Wendy is part of that employment.
We, of course, already have pledged, but may I ask, you seem to have a report on us. Could you tell us our hire date?
And he'll say, that is a reasonable request. And he will stab the sword into the ground, and he'll pull out his clipboard again, and he'll say, oh, just stay right there.
We're not going anywhere.
He'll start flipping through papers. And he says, okay, yes, it looks like it was, well, you've been employees for quite some time.
Yes.
Over 50 years.
So well past tenure, I would say.
In fact, I believe that grants us seniority.
He says, and you'll see that he closes his little folder, flips the pages back, puts it back on his clip, and on his other hip, he will unclip from his back left hip a chained book, which you will see is the employee manual, the newest edition. And
It looks like the one we just saw at Tate's.
Yes, yeah, except this one much more ornate, made of fine leather.
It has the little ribbons in it, and it's been illuminated.
Yes,
Okay.
gorgeous. But also malicious at the same time as he holds it up. And he will say, under the employee handbook, there is no such thing as tenure. You work until you can no longer for your queen.
Well, as you can see, we can still work.
I believe the term is grandfathered.
Sir, we have served Queen Wendy since before the office that appointed you existed. If any is to say the word of Queen Wendy and act as her mouthpiece in this situation, it is us. I think that we can offer you a chance to stand aside and stop your abuse. Maybe an apology for that citizen who you treated so poorly. And we can not report this behavior to Queen Wendy. How about that as a deal?
And maybe a couple of dollars as well?
You could treat some of these hungry people to a dinner.
Yes, this is true.
So you see, the brows are furrowing as he is tapping his hands on his cranch sword, which is still dripping like a pool of cranch over the ground.
Have the people of the town now moved as far back as they can and still be able to see what's going on?
Yeah, they're all very interested in this too.
What are the 3 Inquisitor Knights doing?
They have their hands on their weapons, and they're looking to the Cranch Knight, and they're looking a bit sweaty because, actually you don't know why, but they're looking like this isn't the norm. He says, as a just and fair member of the IHR, I am bound by the laws within this great tome. And to be honest, you make a fair point on the seniority. I rank the highest in the Inquisition here, however, depending on your status, which flip open his clipboard, say, status of Heroes of Freshtovia.
That would be us.
Yeah.
This is our status?
Yeah, have you seen our statues all over the place?
That's true.
I say, well, damn it all, if that isn't fair. And he'll pick up his cranch sword and just quickly, slam it into the scabbard. The cranch kind of flies all over. It hits his tabard and armor, but just kind of, melds into place. It actually separates into its proper sides on the armor. He's to say, I need to go over the employee handbook a bit more.
We do not intend to leave town. We have dinner plans, and I believe there was a dance afterwards. Was that right?
Yeah, something like this. Yes.
We will be here, and you'll be there. And I point at the big square armored box up there.
Yes, that is the office.
Very good. And you said this was your office. Are there a number of people in your position? Is Cranch Knight your name, or is it a positional level
Title.
jester or some such?
I am the only Cranch Knight. There are plenty of other knights. I mean, every township, every work township has its own IHR member. So there's a multitude of knights.
My friends, do we know what IHR stands for?
We do not.
Oh, okay.
I could hazard a guess.
Are we just pretending that we do?
No, why don't we ask? Elados brings up a good point.
First,
The
I want to see
IHR is what? Again, because we were made heroes of the Empire long before the IHR existed, we were not made aware of its name or powers. The acronym at all.
Excellent. So, what he does is, after he's put that away, you see he reaches up, grabs the plume of his helmet, and pulls it up. And beneath the helmet, you'll see a man, probably in his 40s, very gaunt, but handsome features, short kind of salt and pepper hair, a cropped, like, 5 o'clock shadow beard. You'll also see eyes that look like they want to seduce you but also murder you.
Oh, is he hot?
Yes, you would say yes.
Can we get a 10 roll, please?
6
Oh.
plus 2.
Oh,
I already had it in my head that he was I'm gonna get a bonus on that.
Yeah.
So a solid 8.
That's solid.
That is solid.
Yeah.
That's more than solid.
So he will say, "My name is Mickelson."
Oh.
Cranch Mickelson?
No, just Mickelson.
Very good.
And the IHR, that's the Inquisitorial Human Resource Department.
Oh.
We handle all disputes of the workers, and we follow up on all complaints.
That's an honorable position, Mickelson. And listen, if any of us understand the burden of a position of authority, it's us. I mean, we're literally heroes of the realm. If you think that we haven't been tempted to abuse our authority in the past, it happens. It happens to the best of us.
I think the best thing to do would be if you would come with me to the garrison, to the office, that would be best. But if not, perhaps we can go into the Wendy's and get a meal. I would like to take your report of the incident, because the report I got was very specific on what you did to those supervisors, and if there was anything that needs following up with, that would be under my department.
I say we do this in Wendy's, no?
I think something else to consider is that because of our leave of absence, we were not ever provided an updated contract that you speak of. So we are therefore not under the purview of what you've been explaining to us.
But I would love to go to Wendy's and have a meal.
Especially if it is on the Queen's dollar.
And specifically, we're coming in as contractors, not employees.
Well, I will need to look at the employee handbook to see what the status would be. This is a very interesting circumstance.
There are 4 of us. You need 6 to have HR, which that does not equate to. So therefore, we are contractors.
Oh, and I actually have an incident report right here from the people who was there.
I think we would need contracts before we entered into a conversation.
Oh, okay.
But not dinner. We could still go to
We
Wendy's
could still
get
have
some
dinner.
and
I
have
would love
Dinner is fine, yes.
Wendy's.
I think we need to establish something right now, because if you are indeed independent contractors, that would mean you are no longer a part of the Frestovian service force.
Incorrect. We were hired by Queen Wendy, and as far as I know, that contract has not expired.
If anything, we simply do not fall under your purview, sir.
I thought we already decided that you were, like, below us. Didn't we already decide this? No? Can I make a charm roll for that?
Sure, go ahead.
Oh, are you still next to me?
I am definitely within 2 feet of you. We're hugging.
12.
Was better than his 9.
Oh.
So he just kind of scratches his head with his ketchup gauntlet. You'll see none of it goes onto his hair.
Worse somehow.
Yeah. And he says, well, but damn it. I mean, that is a fair point. Well, this is quite a pickle. I'm usually much more adequate at this job.
You're a very imposing figure. I'd imagine that air of authority that you project usually kind of cuts the conversation short.
And I'll say, well, I mean, yes, normally. And he kind of points to all of the workers.
I'd like to suggest again that we could continue this
In
Wendy's Tavern.
You're
where
just
we would be
hungry,
eating
Cranston.
dinner. Yes, I'm very hungry.
Yes, let's continue in then. And I'll take that incident report and go over it.
Wait, before I hand you this, are you paying for the meal?
And he'll say, yes, by the Inquisition, your meal will be covered. I deem it so.
I'm going to hand this to Lady Knight Holsteena. She is much smarter than I am.
We'll put it all on one tab. I'm going to need to take the receipt.
Of course.
And so they'll go in. As you go in, the Cranch Knight will go first, and it definitely quiets down.
Does everybody listen with intensity as to what he orders?
No, as as it quiets down, the next thing is people start to get up and leave.
Yeah.
And so as he
sucks.
walks up to the counter, you'll see he's tapping his gauntlet on the counter. His gauntlets. You'll see some.
Oh,
you'll
no.
see Ranch and Ketchup kind
He's
of.
just the worst fast food
And
customer.
what about the Inquisitor Knights, the three of them?
So they go and sit down. The Cranston Knight points at them and say, "You three, the usual," and they'll just like shake their head. They all look really confused.
They get kids meals.
Like they look like they were ready for a fight and are just very confused that they're not getting one right now. And so he'll say, three meals for them. And so he'll say, I will take, the biggie meal with extra ranch and ketchup, please. And could you give me my, and he'll swirl his finger, my usual, and he'll say, yes, Mr. Cranch Knight.
I vomit. Openly on the floor.
And you'll see he snaps at an employee and then points at the ground where you just vomited, and he just kind of waves his hand, and that employee will jump to and go clean it up by hand with a rag.
When he
very
waggled
quickly.
his finger over it, did it get covered in Cranch? And
You'll see some Cranch.
Okay.
Well, actually not Cranch, but this one
fucking
was
guy.
Ranch on
Sorry,
the
this
ground.
fucking guy.
Thank
Thank you.
that's evidence.
And he'll say, go ahead and order what you want. It's on the same tab, he'll tell the employee. So you guys can order your meals.
Do they have a fish sandwich at Wendy's? They must, right, for the Catholics?
For the Catholics, yes.
I am almost positive they do.
Believe they do. Yes, yes.
Amazing.
In this world, we know they do because earlier we caught fish.
You did.
I want to get 2 fish sandwiches, but with no sides. Just the 2 sandwiches, please.
Say, okay, yes. So two fish sandwiches.
2 fish
Okay, no
sandwiches.
sides.
And a cup of water, no ice.
Cup of water, no ice. Well, actually, here's your cup, sir. The fountain's over there.
No.
And so the Cranch Knight, you'll hear go, and you'll see. But actually, we can have somebody go and get that for you, and they'll hand it to another worker who will run out.
I do like a little bit of pomp around my
kind of likes this guy now.
I, of course, will have 3 of the Dave's Classics extra pickles and a and a large soda, and of course a large fries, and possibly one of the potatoes with sour cream and chives.
So tacking it up on the big buttoned cash register, and say okay, and then you
24 chicken nuggets.
I think it's a very reasonable number of chicken nuggets.
That is a good number.
I see what you're doing.
Oh, but
Okay, yes, fine. Technically, I have set it up to where you could get. The Cranch Knight will kind of look down at you like,
I will stare back.
okay. And he'll look forward.
I thought that the chicken nuggets they served at Wendy's were not the same chicken nuggets as the
I
magic.
thought I had
Oh, are they
established that.
different? Then I would.
Yes, no, thank
guess
you,
I'd
John.
still
I
order
thought I
that.
had
Sorry.
established that.
I'm
No,
so
no.
sorry
Fair
because
enough.
it's a great exploit.
You
and
have
I
to be
love
an
it.
equilateral rules
Yeah,
cheater.
but I will take 24 of the healing nuggets.
For your technicality, I will reward you with the treasure. They don't sell those here. Those are at the apothecary.
Oh, that makes sense.
There's a better pun in there.
The
I don't have
nuggetry.
time for it.
Apothecary.
Apothecary is
A
pretty
poultry
good.
carry.
A poultry carry.
That works.
Thank you, John.
You gotta just go whole hog, a poultry dairy.
A poultry
Poultry
dairy.
dairy. That's better.
A poultry dairy.
Dairy.
Yes.
You throw it both in
A
together.
poultry
Yeah.
dairy. Excellent. So
And
you
we
get those.
chicken milk.
I think it should be at the Nuggetry, but
I like nuggetry.
I'll just get a baconator then.
I order nuggets.
You don't want the.
With a Dr.
So-
Pibb.
So you don't want the. Yeah, we have that. That's totally normal. We. You don't want the chicken nuggets then?
I saw that they had introduced a new item. There is a large machine that dispenses different flavors, and you can choose at Wendy's which flavor you'll put in the cup. You can choose multiple flavors. So
Just put a little bit of
what
all
you
of them.
said could be a mix of Dr. Pepper and I'm not certain what.
Powerade?
It would probably work.
Is there Frankenstein
Vanilla.
in this world?
like the monster and doctor?
Yeah.
Not in Frenchtovia, but other
Okay, I'll
countries.
say
there
French.
have.
French fry stein?
Yes, there's French fries.
Let's make a French fry Stein soda.
Thank you. That's more appropriate. Yeah, there's no Frankenstein, but there's a French fry Stein. You gotta lean into the puns. Okay, so and then you.
Looking a little bit hesitant, I step up to the counter and I say, I would like the only thing that is worth having here. A large fry and a large frosty.
And she'll. The woman working the counter says, we don't serve that. And you'll hear the remaining people in the bar who are starting to leave, like, stop. Yeah, and you'll hear, Frosty. They said Frosty? And you'll see Oldman in the corner. He has not left, and he's just, like, kind of smiling and nodding. And you'll see the Cranch Knight step forward, and you specifically can not only feel his presence, but you smell the wafting fragrance of ranch and ketchup mixing in your nostrils.
This is called personal space, please.
And you'll see he puts his ketchup hand on the counter and leans forward and say, I'm sorry, what did you just order?
A frosty, the only thing that is worth ordering here.
I like the fish sandwich, personally.
I know you do.
And you
Ooh,
see
lekker.
the woman at the counter backs away as quickly as she can. Says, "Cranch Knight, I don't know what that is. I just heard the order. I didn't do anything. I swear." And all the other employees are like, "We didn't do anything either. We don't even know what that is. We don't even know what a frosty is." And their eyes are on the ground. You see that everybody else except for Oldman has left now, rushing.
I'm looking back at Oldman. How's he reacting?
You see, he's smiling and shaking his head, like he's hoping to see something, or that he's seeing something for the first time in a long time. Maybe hope. I don't know, something dumb like that.
Hope is never done.
Yes. And the
Sorry.
Cranch Knight will...
Stop being mean to me.
It was instinctual.
will put his hand on his sword,
different.
and he will say, the frosty is something only a heretic would order.
I am of the order of the frosty. Ask your queen, she will know.
There was
This
a
is
time
fine.
when the Frosty was one of the best-selling items at Wendy's. In combination with the French fry, one of the tastiest.
He'll pull his sword and just kind
Oh
of
my God.
slash it into the counter.
Wait, you are unhinged. This is not.
Pull it out,
This is not becoming of a
slap
night.
it down. Like,
As he's trying to start talking like 3 or 4 times. You guys are just bagging on him. He's like, the frosty is for heretics. Only a heretic would order that. Queen Wendy herself has deemed it heretical. And I looked past the note of the Order of the Frosty. I knew that if Queen Wendy had allowed you to survive, there was a reason. But it does not give you the right to speak heretical words and thoughts amongst the people, the workers.
You're stupid.
I am not stupid. I am very smart, and he'll lift his sword and point it towards you. And he says, you have to go through an immense amount of training to get the position I am at. I am very smart. Smart enough to know that you four are heretical.
Heretical.
You can't mock an inquisiting knight. Guard! And he looks back at his guards who are just sitting there, and they're looking like, what are we doing? He's like, why are you just standing there? Stand up! There's heretics! We need to burn the building down. We need to make sure...
so
Wait a
if,
minute. Innocent people could be injured. That's not Wendy's way.
Run away, everybody.
You'll see 3 little children walk in. I forgot my food. Where is everything? You there! You are a heretic as well. The 3 kids are like, but we didn't do anything.
Okay, who is going to write the incident report this time?
There won't need to be one because there won't be an IHR to give it to, and I draw my whisk.
You'll see as
This is your last chance, Cranch Knight. Stand down.
as you do,
In Wendy's name.
he will slam the Cranch sword into the ground once more.
He
This
loves that
time,
move.
though,
Got one move.
yeah, but this time though, the Cranch now whips out in several directions. One at the front door, one at the back door, and several at the windows. And you will see flowing Cranch begin to reach upwards towards the ceiling, blocking the exits and the
This
windows.
is disgusting.
And the smell of Cranch is all around you.
It's so warm too.
It is very warm in here, and now it's sealed. We should roll initiative.
Yay!
Yay!
That's a grace roll?
It's just a roll.
It is
a roll.
just a roll.
Woof.
Ugh.
Yeah.
Whoa, what time is it?
I'm sorry.
In the game, what time is it?
Evening time. Well,
Does this matter?
Yes, I get perks at nighttime.
Aw.
well, that's
What?
awesome.
Yeah.
Oh,
Like it's the
like
vampire subclass
Yeah,
where they
is this something
It
that we
must
did
be
not
like
know
a
about?
late night
order the
munchie
Baconator
joke.
thing?
I don't know. So,
Midnight snack or something.
let's see.
That's a riff on Jack in the Box.
Oh, I do. I used to eat those
it is.
boxes. They were so good. I used to get 2.
Do you remember the
Also
commercial
Taco Bell.
where they had the guy in the smoky car?
Yeah.
Yes, yes, and they got in trouble for it. It got stricken from the. Yes.
I liked the cheese sauce burgers that were just covered in cheese sauce. You could like dip
Yeah.
the taco into the cheese sauce on the burger.
Inside of the taco is cat poop.
Yeah.
Pedro likes those.
I
gotta
love
say, I
those
realize
things.
it's a
I love
Wendy's
those
game,
tacos.
but I really like the Jack in the Box tacos.
I love a Jack in the Box meal.
I
Egg
like the
egg-
teriyaki bowl with the egg roll.
Yeah, and the
That's
egg rolls kick
my
ass.
favorite.
Those are good as hell.
Teriyaki bowl's good.
Wendy's is still good. All right.
Yeah.
No, but they don't have.
No,
egg
they have
It's
not
not
sponsored
very
us.
good.
Wendy sucks ass.
Yeah, I don't like
Jack
it
in the
very
Box is the
much.
Really?
best.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got
I
a
like a
big,
place that doesn't cut corners on the burgers, but
Ah.
please,
I
Rick's
got a-
initiative.
I got a big potato from there, and it was just
Substandard.
potato.
Fast food baked potato's not going to be good.
That's not going to be good.
Yeah.
I will make you a baked potato.
I love baked potatoes.
I love to laugh. I love to laugh.
Would you like our initiative rolls?
Yeah. What's your initiative roll?
6.
6.
Ooh, you know what mine is?
What?
9,
Ooh.
which is pretty funny.
Don't
Elados.
worry, because mine is a 7.
Cranston?
18.
Nice.
I was
Nicely
really
done.
hoping you were getting an 8.
What is your grace stat?
My grace stat
Yeah.
is a 13.
Okay. All right. So.
I'm about to fuck it up. All my perks are coming together beautifully.
Aw.
All right. So Cranston, you get to go first.
So I will begin by making a threat. Put the sword away, or else.
What are you doing, Cranston?
Holding my action
Wipe the
and
floor
see
with
if
this
he
chump.
puts his sword away.
He's not going to do that. Just hit him.
I will hold for the reaction if he takes any form of a offensive move, strike or otherwise. Then I will use my action.
Yeah. So what?
I'm just holding him at whisk length.
What he's gonna do is
Whisk
look
point.
look at the whisk point, the glinting off of light in here of those awful overhang. What are those?
Crash covered
awful-
lights.
Yeah, the crash covered lights.
Ew.
Yeah, there's a nice little hue in
Fluorescent lights.
here. Yes, thank you, fluorescent lights. He will then point the sword at you back and says, "Buy my powers of my office."
Bye-bye.
No, stop mocking me!
I was like,
my
oh,
turn.
that's pretty good. Slay.
By the powers of my office and my service to Queen Wendy and Freshness itself, if you will put your weapons down and come with me like I had originally asked, then we can do this through the proper channels. If not, I must famish
The
you.
proper channels. This guy sucks.
Elados,
Hit him.
Elados, I want you to consider something. There are innocents in here, and I point at the 3 kids and then at Oldman Gary.
They're on the table, eating some food that got left there.
Oh,
They are
They're
fine.
on the table.
They are fine.
Like pigeons.
Yeah, like pigeons, exactly.
Children are pigeons.
The
in this
old
world.
man has moved forward one table and is also eating, but nicely, a burger that was left there.
Oh my god! But they all look starving, right?
Not necessarily starving, just
No,
not the
they're-
most nourished.
Okay. But anyway, that's what I
The
that's what I
workers,
tell Elados.
are all behind the counter.
But they've all been cranched in as well, right?
Yes, they've all been cranched in as well. It looks like the cranch is actually trying to protect them.
Oh, good. So there's a small cranch wall between.
The workers behind the counter and you guys.
We still have with us innocents, the children.
Look, he just wants to kill me. This is fine. You guys can all sit down.
He says, I want to go through the proper channels of my Inquisitorial department.
I'm not certain why that's an issue.
Nice.
I mean, we were getting food. We could take the food to his office, hear what he has to say, and then leave.
Maybe, Elados, you'd be fine with just like a cold milk. We could get a milk and put ice cubes in it.
And
It's
sugar.
essentially a Frosty.
We could use the machine.
Okay, now that is some heresy.
That's a little blasphemous,
That
Jules.
was bad.
Frosty is
see.
much more than the sum of its parts, and its parts are not ice and milk.
Everyone in here must stop speaking of the heretical Frosty. They are banned, they are heretical, and they should be eradicated as they were.
No, you are heretical.
I am the definition of non-heretical.
This is not true.
There's nothing unfresh about my entire person.
When's the on sale date for the cranch?
As you see, my big armor of flowing continuously flows fresh ranch and ketchup at all times.
From whence does it come?
From whence it comes does not matter, it is magic.
Again, I'm concerned about the innocent children. I keep looking at them. Why don't we, once we get our food, retire to the office? There won't be any innocents in the office.
I turn to the workers and I say, fine, I'll just have the fries.
I never even liked Frosties that much. My teeth
You are such a piece of shit, Jules.
It's too cold for my mouth. You know I have sensitive teeth.
It's all the
Elados.
sodium poisoning.
Oh, yeah, exactly. You know,
Yeah. We chomp on salt rocks in my town.
Remember, he had the salt lung for so many years.
Yeah.
His blood pressure is crazy.
Well, it's come
my
back
eyes
in
are
line
always
now.
red.
I mean, he's had 50 years on ice. It
Will
takes
this
things down.
solve the problem if I do not order a Frosty?
I think
Unfortunately, this will look pretty bad in the report for you when I send it off to Wendy, considering
You're the one who started all this.
you're the one that was speaking heretical thoughts.
I am of the order of the Frosty.
You didn't have to go and flaunt your frosty thoughts to everybody.
You suck.
I do not suck.
Could you lower the cranch curtain and let them finish our orders, and then we will go back to the office with you?
Yes, but he will need to come in manacles.
Oh, absolutely not. I'm
No.
going to kick your ass from
That-
here to your
I
office.
put my hand down on Elados. That won't be happening. He is a hero of the Empire.
Would it change if they were cranticles? We'll see cranch manacles. I'm sorry, I
makes
thought of
it
that
worse.
after I said
makes it
manacles.
so
I
much
quickly
worse.
look at Elados and give him the...
Absolutely not.
No, it would not change a thing.
No one ever takes the cranticles.
Did you think this would work?
I keep trying.
My only concern would be slipping out of them would be so easy. I don't think you should have to worry about it. But okay.
Are
You
they
would
just-
think that, but it binds. It's a binding agent.
Are they just coated or are they fully formed from cranch?
Well, I mean, they're fully formed.
That is disgusting. Absolutely not. Get this shit away from me.
They-
So wait, are we fighting or what the hell is going on here?
You stop fighting.
I feel
didn't-
like the Cranch Knight really wants to fight us, but we are open to a peaceful resolution.
I don't want to do this. This is my
But
station.
you keep
This is my job.
pulling your disgusting sword out.
Because you keep either speaking heretical thoughts
You know,
or
Frosty,
disrupting-
Frosty.
To be honest, I'm kind of thinking that maybe I will try a Frosty. Because, like, maybe I'll like them now.
This is okay. I am really like, this is where the limit of like heretical thoughts is. In
Like, right
speech.
around your chin.
Yes, like right around my chin, which
Yeah.
is like, you know, about 5'10" up. So that's pretty high.
Yeah.
I mean, that level's well above any of his Inquisitor Knights.
This is
That's
true.
just my chin. There's more to my height as well.
I mean, you have such a long head.
Thank you. It is
So
exceptional.
tall.
It's exceptional. But the point is that I just wanted to do this by the books. Take you back see what was happening, get a report. If I need to, then we would file your unemployment paperwork,
Wait, do we get paid unemployment?
No, there's no. This is your being excised from employment.
Yeah.
And then we would process the famishing after that, and henceforth, and we would go through all the proper channels.
Can I take an action?
Yes.
I'm gonna say to him, you might want to do this by the book, but you forgot one thing. I never learned to read. And then I want to attack him.
Oh, shit.
Okay.
Yes, I stab at him with my paring knife,
That's
all right?
fine. That is totally fine.
Not
That's
thrown.
fine.
I'm attacking him. That's a 17.
Okay, that hits.
Okay, and that is a D12. That's a 9 damage.
That's a lot of damage.
Yeah, I stabbed the paring knife down in between his biggie armor, like under like the arm, where it has a little opening so he can move his arm.
Yeah. So hitting the ketchup side, you will reach beneath the vinegary plates. There's going to be a smell on your paring knife.
That's fire. That's only fair.
And a mix of red ketchup and red satiation flows out from the spot where you stabbed, and the Cranch Knight will grunt. Well, this cannot stand now, and he's going to take his action.
I'm going to look at him. I'm assuming we're now past the line of 5'10".
Yeah, yes.
Okay.
I was worried this would go this way.
Easy,
Please
fine.
continue making my order.
They say, okay, and they just start making it. They're still cooking. They're still working. Some of them are now sweeping. They're just not. They're not stopping moving. And you'll see that there is a supervisor back there making notes of the workers and pointing. You can't really hear past the cranch wall.
I love the idea of this being like a Mortal Kombat level where the background just keeps moving, but we're in a fast food restaurant.
What's that guy Shao Kahn's back there? He's like, excellent.
Somebody could say, here, get over here. Okay, so he is going to start to attack you.
That makes a ton
Jules.
of sense.
You did have a held action.
Well,
Did
he
you
did give me no choice.
So you see he begins swinging,
Yep.
picking up his cranch sword to swing at Jules.
the whisk of justice is out. That will be a 21.
That's a hit.
Hell yeah.
For
Big money.
4 points of damage.
Nice.
4 points of damage, there we go. 4 points of hunger to you, sir.
I just didn't like how full this guy looked.
He looked very satiated.
Man.
Yes, super satiated. This guy has a lot of satiation.
Kind of a wild card move for you, Jules.
I'm kind of a wild card. I'm a roguish figure.
It's true.
My whole thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you hear that joke I made about reading?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was a
Do
joke.
you know how to read?
Yeah, I totally know how to read.
Oh.
Okay.
Yeah, he doesn't know how to read.
I
He has no idea how to
We'll have
read.
to check that later.
Yeah.
Okay.
They're like numbers, but they make different
Explains
noises.
a lot about the map reading he's done.
So as he goes to swing his cranch sword, you
Ew.
come in, Cranston, and whisk him a bit, cutting him and staggering him slightly so he doesn't have the sword able to lift. He kind of stumbles onto the sword, grabs onto it to stabilize. He then, looking back towards you, Jules, will sweep his hand backwards with a backhand, and he is going to try and slap you in the face.
Okay, I'm ready.
Slap you.
That's an 11.
My defense is 12.
Their defense is 12.
Slaps.
Nice.
So you see a ketchupy hand coming to slap you,
Yeah.
and you duck out of the way.
I do. I watched The Master of Disguise so many times. I know about slapping.
Excellent.
Yes.
So that slap misses you, and he is slightly off kilter from that swing. So after the Cranch Knight, we have Elados.
So I have this ability that is called 2 Spoons. On a successful Arcana roll of 14 or higher, you can create a mirage that will draw the attacks of your enemies on their next
Slay.
turn. So you can break out from combat undetected. The mirage cannot speak or interact with others, but it can be used beyond combat. So I am going to make my Arcana roll while I am shouting, "Look at me, I'm a heretic, and you're so stupid." Good. This is a natural 1.
Ooh.
So yeah, your image pops up and is like, look, I'm a heretic.
And your image is pointing right at you.
Yes. It's just pointing at you.
This is what I meant to do.
Yes.
Now he will hit me, not my friends.
So very nice try. Okay, after you, we have Holsteena.
All right.
So there are 3 Inquisitorial Knights that you also see
That's
beginning to pull out their
exactly
weapons.
who I'm focusing on.
Excellent.
I'm gonna utilize my late night craving for vengeance, and I get advantage on all rolls at nighttime.
Wow.
Right.
Well, that's perfect for this time slot.
So
The Baconator fries?
No,
just
I am the
Baconator.
Baconator fries. She
yeah.
is of the
Baconator.
Baconator.
Does a 14 hit?
A 14. Ooh, a
Oh.
14 doesn't hit.
Okay.
So as you go to swing, he will pull out his cranch sword.
I thought you were
and bring
attacking
it
an
up.
Inquisitor.
I'm attacking one of the Inquisitors.
Oh, one of the Inquisitors? I apologize. I misheard you. You do hit one of the little weak guys.
Okay.
So they're going to pull out their weapons. 2 of them are pulling out pear knives. And then one of them you see pulls out what looks like almost a spade at first, but you notice that it's actually a peeling knife. Or not knife, but a little peeler.
Uh-huh.
And then you see it's on a stick that he flicks,
Ugh.
and now it's like a spear.
Cool.
And you'll see him spin it around a few times.
That guy's cool.
Yeah, I want to whack that guy.
Yeah, you want to whack that guy?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, you're going to just take out the coolest one?
Yeah,
Okay.
he's really cool. 7 damage.
7 damage?
Yeah.
Well, as he's spinning around, the other 2 have ducked to the sides, ducked to the side, so they're getting ready to, come after you. This one is spinning in what he thinks is an excellent defense.
Yeah.
How do you want to kill this guy? Because they don't have a lot of health.
I literally just want to turn around and just whack him.
So you just turn around, and as he's going, he's so confident.
Right.
And just without a beat, you
Donk.
see the opening and just stick your
Yeah.
hand in. It crushes his face.
Yeah.
And you just see he still spins for a second. You'll hear like a couple tink tink tinks on your frying pan before his hands slump and you're holding him up. Satiation. He's famished, completely
Yeah.
famished.
So
I shake him off of my pan, and now I'm gonna make it a double and use my second action.
Whoa.
And okay, does a 13 hit? Okay, I'm gonna hit the next guy who had a paring knife. Yeah, for 4 damage.
Okay. So he's still alive, so you come back and you smack him in the side. He's
I
able
want
to
to wrench my pan out of the first guy and then just kind of backhand this one.
boom. But it kind of stuck in that one guard's face a little bit too much, so it's
Right.
not as powerful as you would
He's
have liked.
fine though, right? He's just hungry.
He's just hungry. Yeah.
Yeah.
So his face goes boing.
Okay,
and
good,
then
good.
He's not, he could become satiated once more.
Yeah.
But it's very soon before it's, dunzo.
If somebody has like a plumbing tube.
Yes, he does have massive hemorrhaging of satiation, internal hemorrhaging, internal hungering. Yeah.
He has face cramps.
He has face cramps. Please don't talk to any doctors in this world.
And that will conclude my turn.
Okay, excellent. So after you, it is going to be the two remaining, guys. The one who got, smacked around is going to lunge at you, Holsteena.
Oh, that's just if the worst thing possible happens, which is you got identified as a target.
I figured that would mean that everybody would attack me.
Oh, yes, you are correct. Thank you.
Nice, awesome.
Thank you.
Teacher, you forgot the homework.
Thank you. So they
That's
both
John's job.
look
Yeah.
at you
I stole all your nuggets. Sorry.
in turn. Thank you, Mike, for keeping me honest. And they will both
Yeah.
charge at you, saying, "Heretic!" The first one is going to attack you and get a 14.
No, my defense is like a million.
Million.
It's 11.
Okay. The second one will attack. That one only got an 8.
That's not good.
So
Hit
the
me.
one that caught a bit, hungry, stumbles and actually ends up stabbing the ground, tripping a bit, but quickly recovering and standing. The other one will slash at you with a paring knife, doing a whopping 4 points of damage.
Oh, this
of
is fine.
hunger. Slash. They say, "I will not suffer a heretic." They talk very fa 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 fa.
I like that.
Fa 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 fa
Fa, fa, fa.
fa fa.
Okay, back to the top with Cranston.
He doesn't go first.
No, you do.
Well, he's still standing, and it looks like he's still intending to attack Jules, so I shall again take the whisk to him. That time, not so much. With a 2, which will become a 5.
Yes, that unfortunately does not work. As you go to swing at him, he will pull out the sword, raising it up, and you will see Cranch flow out and kind of form a hard little mini shield. And you will just, whisk right off of that, sending chips of hardened, crusty Cranch flying. When ranch has been sitting out for too long and the fat separates.
When it's not fresh.
Yes, when it's not fresh. Yeah, it's that.
Listen, I never let ranch sit out because I lick that damn bowl clean.
You and the Cranch Knight would
this
get
is
along.
true, yeah. I've watched John lick just bowls of ranch before.
I like to do like Cheerios
Yeah.
with a bowl of ranch.
Yeah, Honey Nut Cheerios and ranch specifically.
Yeah, milk. I'm lactose intolerant, so I just use ranch.
Always fresh.
How long does your spell normally last?
Oh, is this things that I did?
Yeah.
It's just the person's, or all of my foes next turn.
Okay, excellent. So the mocking you disappears.
Okay.
So they're no longer pointing at you. The two Inquisitor soldiers are still there. Okay, he is going to, that being the Cranch Knight, is going to swing with his cranchy sword at you.
Hello.
And, ooh, that's only a 6 though.
I'm cool as hell. I don't think
Wow.
that bout in the freeze actually affected me at all. I'm doing great.
That is, Okay, after missing you with his sword, he is then going to rear his big, handsome, slightly long head back, and he will say, "I am not dumb," and he is going to lurch forward and headbutt you.
Wow. Okay, bring it on, dingus.
God damn it. And you see he gets a 7. So as you
Nice.
dodge out of the way, you will see Cranch that seems to have been in his hair hidden forms these like bumps along his forehead, and he just smashes a table behind you.
Ooh, doesn't look like it would have done a good amount of damage.
It would have
to
done
damage
some,
that table.
done some damage, yeah.
Damn.
And so the kids that are there throw a few fries at the Cranch Knight.
Nice.
Yes. Okay, Cranston, that was awesome. Cranch Knight, that was not awesome. We are at Jules.
I don't think I actually need to change my plan of attack. I'm gonna probably just keep. You know what? No, I'm going to do like RPG strategy. You take out the little ones so we can all focus fire, right? So I'm going to use my ability of grab and go.
Okay.
Being that I'm a versatile light snack, you can put me in your pocket and carry me around jogging, have a couple fries, grab and
true.
go mode. I'm going to not use an action to break out, disengage from the Cranch Knight, jump up onto a table, and hurl a paring knife at the more damaged of the goons.
Yes, you may.
I'm going to mark the paring knife off of my ammunition, and I'm going to roll this die, and I'm going to do a really good... That's a 14.
That's a hit.
That's going to deal 1d12 of damage. That is
Slay.
a 9, baby.
Slay, slay, slay.
Yeah.
Go ahead and describe how you damaged this man.
Okay,
So they're both
yeah.
focused on Holsteena.
Oh, so he was like a little bit stumbly because he just got bopped in the noggin. And he's looking at somebody else, and then it's a classic thing where it looks like he's about to do something cool, and then he just stops moving his face, and then he falls forward, and there's a paring knife in the back of his noggin. But it's not lethal, he's just hungry.
He's just very hungry.
He's just super hungry.
Super hungry. So hungry he's passed out.
Yeah.
Very hungry.
And then it was getting a little bit of like manic energy because we're doing a rebellious thing. I'm going to shout something along the lines of, "The revolution is on, baby!"
You will see
Returning to your roots.
Yeah.
that there are people now outside the window staring in through the tinted cranch glass.
Okay.
And they're watching. Okay, excellent. And yeah, so you'll see they're getting a little riled up out there even.
Cool. Could I possibly even do like a charm roll to see if I incite them to, if I energize them? If I inspire them?
Yes, you may.
You get the +1 because you are near me.
Fucking A, I love it. Ooh, if I'm within 10 feet of you, we both get advantage on this roll.
Oh, so you get advantage and +1.
Is that cool?
Yeah.
Dave?
Yeah, that's
Cool.
totally cool. It's in the rules right there.
Baby, that's a fucking 19.
A 19 to inspire the people.
Yeah.
What do you say to the people? So you look over quickly, you see them all there.
Yeah. I say, can you smell the winds of change?
They hear outside. Covered in cracks in the window.
Yeah. So you can't really hear them, but you'll see cheering.
Yeah.
And the Cranch Knight's gonna look and he's gonna say, "Get back to work," to all of them. But you see, none of them move.
Fuck yeah. You can't see me.
Even the workers behind the counter stop for but a moment before the supervisor tells them to get back to work from the inside there. But there was some hesitation even.
Good job, Jules.
Thank you.
That was really funny, Barry, the whole... I like that.
Excellent. Elados, you are next.
I'm going to do the one thing that he does not want me to do. I'm going to hit him with the freeze.
That's heretical.
It is heretical.
It's been stated multiple
Yeah,
times.
that's true. It has been stated. But our lovely Dave here has made me this beautiful spell, and so I am going to use it. I'm going to do my Frosty Toss.
Frosty Toss.
Does a 22 hit?
Yes, just barely.
Bam, bam, bam.
No. He's not fully cranched up yet.
Okay. Ew. I hate this guy more and more every single time you talk about him. That is going to be 9
points of damage. That is good. Okay, now how does it take form now? You have gotten a little bit stronger.
Oh, I manifest pure like cold in my hands, and as I shoot it at him, it comes out looking like an original Frosty spraying from my hands.
Nice. And so he, after attacking Jules, will look back as you're, kind of having to cast and pull in. Everybody will feel the air around here get a little bit colder, like the cold is being pulled past you, and you'll see Elados just send out this frosty energy that you all actually even smell that tinge of vanilla in the air as this frosty shoots forth onto the knight, who just stumbles back as this stuff hits him and is trying to just slap it off. No! Get it off of me! No! Now they'll call me heretical! No! And he's just trying to slap off this now freezing ranch and ketchup.
So is it a cone of Frosty? Is it a Frosty spike? What kind of form?
It's like a Frosty spike.
Frosty
And
spike.
I'm glad that now he is heretical, just like me.
So yeah, you'll see that he's hit with this, and you'll see the flowing of the ketchup and ranch has slowed now. And he doesn't look, he looks a little frantic now.
You're a punk.
No, I am not a punk. Holsteena.
Alright, I'm gonna try to clean up the rest of the inquisitorial soldiers.
There's one more guy who's just like, he's looking at you
I
like,
start menacingly walking towards them.
look, this could be over. We could just stop. You could just put down
15
your
to hit.
weapons, and yeah, you hit. So he's like, you could just put down your weapons. We don't have to fight anymore. I don't want to fight
11
anymore.
damage.
How do you famish this man as he's saying, like, I have a wife and kids, just let me get back to them.
Okay, I'll just hit him in the knees.
Okay, you'll hit him in the knees.
Yeah, that
You'll
way
make
we
his
can
knees hungry.
we can interrogate him when he's really hungry.
So you hit him in the knees. You hear 2 loud pops as you turn your pants sideways.
Oh, goodness.
You all hear 2 loud pops as this man then falls to the ground, satiation falling out of the crack in his head as his legs kind of twitch from being so hungry. Yeah, he's still breathing, but yeah, he might not be walking right for a minute. He might, you know, back in your day, he would be put on, some kind of temporary disability while he heals, something like
Go ahead
that.
and say it. He would have been put on ice.
Nice.
Yes. But unfortunately, you're not sure what will happen now.
And now I'm gonna look at the Cranston and point my pan at him, and then take my second action.
That's right.
Let's see. Does a 15 hit?
15 does hit.
Lady Knight Holsteena, you are amazing.
Thank you. I know. 4 damage.
4 damage.
I was a little too proud, so I overcompensated.
I distracted you by talking to you.
No, it's good. You guys were whittling. 4 damage? You sure that's it? I'm just kidding. Okay, excellent. So he has that much health left. And after you, it would be the little guys. However, they're both very hungry. Brett taking a little resty rest.
Satiation spilling everywhere.
Yeah, satiation flowing. Okay, we are back at the top with you, Cranston. He looks, the Cranston looks frantic in his eyes. His eyes are darting around, not so much like he's looking around, but he's trying to figure out something in his head.
Okay. So I will hold my action, but I shall tell him, yield. You face the 4 and the full fury of Lady Knight Holsteena. You have a chance to stand down. And I hold the whisk menacingly above his head.
Okay. So he will look up at you. Go ahead and give me an intimidation check.
So that's going to be a 14.
It's going to be a 14.
Is that charm?
Yes.
You have an extra +1.
That'll be a 15.
Okay. So you see he's looking up at you as you say this. And he says, I can't. I have been touched by the freeze.
As have many people. Many have come back.
I am, by definition of this book, a heretic.
So what you're telling me is that you would fall on your own sword by this temptation, this touch of the freeze. You would simply kill yourself rather than endeavor to move forward?
Queen Wendy herself would send freshness through my frozen racked body until I am nothing but ash for this. What you have done. Perhaps the only thing I can do to redeem this in the eyes of freshness is to stop you from spreading this sin elsewhere.
Now, when you say that, you suggest that it is I, but I am Cranston Tater. I am one of the 4, and I am back.
So he'll look. Go ahead and give me one more charm roll.
9 this time.
So you see he will, lift up one knee, kind of get to where he could stand. And he says, Cranston, I knew of you when I was a child. I looked up to your ideals. The one thing I know about you is that you would not bend from the words of Wendy.
I never have, I never shall.
And so he'll stand up, and he says, and yet, you ask me to bend the only rules that I have known. Fully.
A gray cast comes over my eyes as I bow my head, and I say, I accept then. I won't stop you from killing yourself. I understand.
Okay, go ahead and give me one more charm test.
18.
Okay, he failed that
Oh
one.
no.
And so he'll say, "No, you're right. I should not survive. And I don't think anybody who bear witness to this should either." He said he turns his sword upward, and you're going to see that the ranch now begins to undulate and form together. The cranch off of his armor will begin to go into the sword. And you're going to see that strands of it now flow down, a river of it, I should say, down onto the ground.
Looking around, are any of the employees looking weird at him? Are the kids or Old Man Gary
Yes,
looking strange?
So the kids jump the tables swiftly to Oldman Gary, who then gets onto the table himself, and you see he goes to the window and begins elbowing it. And he's like, "We need to get out of here!" And he's just slamming his elbow on this thick cranch, crusted over cranch. And you see the cranch knight it says, "I am pouring all of my holy cranch into this sword."
My friends, I believe it is time to leave. We should help Old Man Gary. And I will run shoulder first towards the door, the cranch-covered door.
Okay, so Cranston, go ahead and give me a strength test.
17.
A 17. Okay. So you run and you shoulder into that. You'll see that the cranch kind of barrier begins to crack. As you look outside, you will see that there are people out there. They're looking inside, but you also see crowds now. They look like there's a few piles of them. They're doing something like swinging down onto the ground, but you're not really sure.
Not through the cranch-covered windows. I
Yeah,
don't see very well.
you're not sure what's going on, but there's some kind of scuffles outside happening. And you'll see several of the people are looking at you as you've cracked into this.
But not through it.
No, not through it, not on that one, but you have begun to crack through it. He's going to say, if you were really from Wendy, you would not want her wishes to just be thrown away. All in here should perish to
You
save
follow your
the kingdom.
rules. Lady Knight Holsteena.
Oh, I just want to punch him in the face till he's unconscious.
Oh, okay.
You follow your rules. Okay. You see what's going on.
Oh, wait.
Oh, no. I mean, that's what I'm
No,
leaving
hit
is.
him.
Yeah, okay. I punched
What
him
does he do on his turn?
That's
Still in
we're still in initiative. It's not your initiative yet,
Oh,
so you need to wait.
okay.
But so
Without rules, the world falls apart, and also the revolution.
I thought we were out of initiative. I'm so sorry, John.
I'm not sorry. I love initiative rules. I actually am sorry. Sorry,
We entered a
everybody.
narrative. And
God damn
and
it.
left.
Fuck.
So yeah, you're seeing that this ranch is pooling around him. You're not sure what's going to happen whenever this process is complete, but you see the ranch and ketchup on his armor is starting to. You'll actually see bare Biggie armor on his feet now as this kind of pours upward.
My friends, we must use the power of 4 and take this door down so that we can save Old Man Gary and these children. Please, together with me.
Do you see the old man is just like hitting the window, and all the kids are just eating still like little pigeons.
Oh.
Stuffing food. They're hopping from table to table, stuffing food into their clothes.
Are they cooing?
Yes, they are. They're making a little cue. They're trying to make a game out of it.
Aw.
Okay, Jules, what are you gonna do?
Does it seem likely that there's a way to... You know what? I want to totally steal your thunder.
Yeah,
Lady
that's okay.
Holsteena.
Yeah.
That was what I wanted to do, was steal your idea.
ahead.
I'm going to try to wrench the sword out of his hands.
Oh.
Oh.
Is that a possibility?
Yes, you may try.
I'm going to try.
However, I will
wanna
let
get
you
in
know
there. Yeah.
that if you try this, there's a chance that you will get cranch on you.
I'm going to. I'm going to take the risk. I'm emboldened by getting the crowd hyped.
Okay, excellent.
And so is this a skill check?
Yeah, so as you do it, it'll be a let's see. I guess it depends on how you're doing. If you're trying to purely muscle it, it would be a strength, or I will allow a grace if you are trying to be more.
Maybe I can describe a graceful move.
Yes.
I in my mind's eye, I envision him holding it with sort of two hands pointing upward. I'd like to try to do like a cool kick and kick the bottom of the hilt so it slips up out of his hands.
Wrench it from his grasp.
Oh,
Very
Yay.
good. Very good.
Awesome.
aw.
Excellent. Yes, you may.
Okay.
Advantage for Barry's quip.
Fuck yeah.
Woohoo!
Here we go.
Go, Barry.
Grace check. Thank you, Barry. Fuck, that's a 15.
Rolled a natural 1.
Ooh, big oops. Big oops.
He big oopsed. And so as he is resolute, you will kick the cranch sword into the ceiling. So you kick it out of, kick the bottom of it. He seemed to have a good grip on it, but this was just unexpected as you come in with your very acrobatics. And you kick it, and it will go up to the ceiling. As it does, you will see the pooling cranch coming down from it. As it lifts up, the pool will rise up as well, and strands that seem to be attached to his armor will lunge out and tug on his armor. So you'll see he's kind of bound for a moment in the air as this thing sticks into and is sapping energy or cranch from his body. And he'll say, "No, you can't stop the process! You don't know what you're doing!" No.
I thought I had a line, but I didn't come to me.
Nana nana boo boo.
Nana nana boo boo.
Elados, this man is hung up in the air by strands of cranch, seeming to sap more cranch from his body.
This looks quite dangerous, no?
Yes, it does.
And he does not look close to death?
Is the cranch's blood? I'm a little confused here.
It's just coming off his armor. You don't really know the relation of the cranch yet.
Ugh.
The cranch might be like his limbic system. Comes out like a lymph.
Like when those lizards shoot blood out of their eyes?
Yeah.
Would I think that I could end this through combat, or should I be working on other things?
Well, that depends. You...
I want to remind you, I have a 9 for intelligence.
Ooh. Well, what I can say is if you want to make an Arcana check to see if you can know any magical way
can
to
do
stop this.
14.
A 14. So you're looking at the cranch sword. You know from your studies, or you've heard probably from Vanilla or Zenberry,
Do not bring them up.
others in your order talking about, primordial powers, one of which they theorized was, freshness itself. But you also know of lesser kind of primordial powers that also are imbued within specific elements, such as ranch and ketchup.
The power of condiments.
Yes,
The
yes.
ranch must flow.
Yes. So this very well could be in some way tied to that essence. However, you've never seen somebody utilize this in that way. Something to keep that much energy going, to be this spiritual kind of connection to the elemental forces of ranch and ketchup would probably have a tie on somebody's life in some way. So you think that if you were able to disconnect the cranch kind of armor from the sword, you think the sword might be the conduit of this all.
Like the tethers that are connecting his armor to the sword.
Yeah. You also think that if all of the cranch concentrate into that sword, it may cause some kind of chain reaction.
Do I have a way to try to freeze the cranch that is on him?
Yes. So what you could do is you could use your freezing ability to attempt to freeze that. So go ahead.
I'm going to do that.
And give me an Arcana roll. We'll see if that's gonna succeed, and I'll give you advantage on it because
21.
a 21.
Yes.
Excellent.
Oh,
yes.
you even had advantage on it because we're within 10 feet of each other.
Oh, yes.
Wonderful.
Does he
is
have
true.
triple advantage?
Oh, yes. Can I do more?
No triple advantage.
Why?
I think it's really healthy that you set that boundary with us now, quite frankly,
Thank
Pedro.
you.
Life is all about setting healthy boundaries.
Don't set boundaries.
I think we should push the boundary. Why not triple?
Yeah, give me 25 nuggets.
25 nuggets rain from the sky.
Yes!
They do
And
4
they
damage
melt.
each.
They all land
an
in
extra
ranch.
advantage would have gotten me one higher, but 21's gonna have to do, I guess.
Okay, excellent. So, you don't need to roll damage for it. So what you all see is the flow of these ketchup and ranch strands freezes over as your freeze energy shoots from your hand, and you will see the flow stop. The sword will freeze over in the ceiling as well. He is still held up in the air, and he no, not my grand sword. It was a family relic, and now it is heretical. It must be burned as well. And he'll look to you, Cranston, and say, if you care about Queen Wendy or Freshness at all, this wouldn't stand. How can you stand there and allow the freeze to exist in Frestovia?
I still don't understand what's changed, but I have been down in the frosty aqueduct. I see that there is but dust of milk in there. Something's changed. I'm still trying to understand what's right and what's wrong, but I do not believe that destroying innocence that had nothing to do with the freeze, I don't see that as right. And I think you, if you thought about it, would feel the same way. You don't want to take your life, but you're doing it out of duty, honor, things I understand. So again, I allow you to do it to yourself, but to take innocence with you, I can't allow.
And yes,
I think for the first time since we've reawakened, Elados is feeling a bit of a connection to Cranston again.
ooh, wonderful. At that, Holsteena, it is your turn. You see, as the Cranch Knight is being held up by frozen tendrils, the spread of the Cranch of the Sword has stopped. What do you do?
Yeah, I hit him in the face.
I love Lady Knight Holsteena.
Okay, go ahead. Yeah, you'll definitely have a regular. Ooh.
I don't think I hit. If I have advantage against that one, does that...
So,
You take the higher roll.
No, you
right?
take the
Yeah,
high
yeah,
up.
okay.
What's the question?
let's take that back.
Time out real quick. Just take it
You're
there.
just gonna hit. He's immobilized.
Okay.
Start it again.
Yeah.
He's all
So-
connected by branch tendrils.
All right, hold up.
So we'll just go from... I hit him in the face. We'll just go from there to whatever you're saying.
I think it'd be really funny. This isn't like on record. I think it'd be really funny if this character became super popular. Then, like, you remember Zone Animation would do like hentai animation?
Fuck are you
I
talking
was
about?
gonna say that I'm
You were thinking about
I'm
Cranch
gonna
Knight with,
kidnap
like-
this guy.
Yeah.
You're gonna what?
I'm taking him with us.
Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, he can use like to make tendrils and tentacles and like you can
No,
fuck those ranch
to-
tentacles.
Wrong,
No.
wrong
Yeah.
fast food restaurant.
I'm
Make
gonna
tentacles.
remove
Wendy's.
his brainwashing, and he'll be an ally to us.
Oh.
You could do your thing also.
Okay, but that wasn't on recording. That doesn't count. That wasn't real.
It was- Kick
John
him in the
wants to
wiener.
hentai the Cranch Knight.
Yeah, I'm just saying, smash.
Do we
He
have
is
do we have
8.
access to tentacles?
Well, he has cranchticles.
Oh.
Yeah.
Just so that, since we're off the record, the face cast that I had was Mads Mikkelsen. So that
Oh, fuck yeah, we're kidnapping this guy. Are you
yeah,
kidding?
absolutely.
No, he's
Imagine
ours
if
now.
Mads Mikkelsen had tentacles.
He's our pet.
and
So
he can
He's
like
our,
wrap you
our
up.
cooperative joint. This is your beast thing.
Super kawaii.
he's Mads Mikkelsen, but super kawaii.
And he's made of cranch.
He's
So,
made of
yeah.
cranch.
I guess his cranchicles are coming in handy.
Yeah, they are.
I mean his manacles, but it sounds like something else, so
Yeah.
I'm gonna leave this where it was.
Cranchticles is what you're
That's where I
thinking
thought
of.
she was
But
going.
it-
Cranchicles. Is that not what they were called?
They're
That's right.
Cranicles?
cranticles.
Tentacles.
Okay, well that doesn't
Like
make any sense.
manticles, but cranticles.
But they're not called manticles, they're called manacles.
Manacles, cranticles.
I'm sorry for breaking the flow. I just wanted to talk about. Crash
Anyways,
Night porn.
so we're
so,
about to- yeah, so-
yeah, okay, so I say my thing and then you
So
narrate.
you said I hit him in the head.
Yeah.
Okay. As you swing down, running forward with your large frying pan, the Cranch Knight floating in the air. He looks over at you and has a bit of a smile even as you come over, like something's about to end. And you hit him just in the noggin.
Like straight in the face.
Yeah. And he just, as you come up, he says, "To Freshness." And you just, bam, smack him down. And boom, the tendrils shatter in ice. The sword, all of the cranch that have accumulated on it will just kind of chip off, and then the rest will just flow down and kind of splash and overflow. All of the windows and the cranch walls will begin to crumble and it melt down in a congealed, separated fat kind of way. It smells awful in here. The children and old men Gary are on tables as the cranch flows around you. You all have the cranch, flowing over your feet as it flows outside. Now that the barrier has dropped, the Cranch Knight lays there, knocked out, famished.
In a pool of cranch.
In a pool of cranch. So thick that he moves a little bit in
For
it.
imagery, it's got the yin yang, part ketchup, part ranch.
Yes.
He lays right in the middle of that.
Symbolic.
And yeah, his armor is now, you'll see, a bit tarnished on one side from the vinegar, and on the other pretty preserved from the fats and oils, but definitely still zesty. And looking down at him, you will then be drawn to your surroundings as you hear from outside the sounds of a revolution.
Oh, shit.
And that's where we'll end tonight.
Thank you for joining us on another NCRP Productions podcast. We couldn't do this without you, so please like and subscribe everywhere we're found, including YouTube, Facebook, Anchor, Google, Apple, Spotify, and other great podcast sites. If you'd like to help us continue making more content, we'd love to have your support on our Patreon. And if you have any feedback for us, please feel free to comment on our podcasts or email us directly at ncrpproductions@gmail.com. And we'd like to give a special shout out to our current patrons, our Seegson Employees of the Month, FS, Michael H., Michael P., and our Breaker of Seals, the Jones, Frank H., Christopher C., Matthew K., and the Lab. Trademarked. Thank you all. We truly, truly appreciate it.